Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of our Williams career here on F1 Manager on the PS5. It's Season 3, Race 7. We are heading to Monaco and we're coming off the back of a very, very comfortable 1-2 in the end. Russell and Gasly fighting amongst themselves for the win. Russell just pipping his teammate in the end. As you can see, we are comfortably at the top of the Constructors' Championship at the moment, 187 points. We have a 49-point lead over Red Bull, which is very healthy indeed. And then we look at the drivers. Gasly moved himself up to second place in the standings after his second place at Barcelona, just ahead of Max Verstappen on wins. He has 2, so I think Max only has the 1. And Russell continuing to extend his gap ever so slightly at the top. He now leads by 19 points. Right, let's see what we have to do in the next 4 days before the race starts. Evening, Mr. Watter, good to see you. So we have just our usual email junk to go through. Let's take a quick look at the warehouse, make sure we've got enough parts for everything. We're fine on everything, don't need an extra side pods. What do we have in development right now? A new rear wing that's 33 days away. Is that the only thing? Yeah, because we've got 2 research projects going. Okay. Have we started the final upgrade? Yes, we have. 120 days to go, but it's on its way. Right, let's check some staff. Do they have anything to do? No upgrades. Let's check in with our pit crew. Oh yeah, we're working on our wing adjustments right now. Just want to get that up a little bit in case we have a broken front wing. Let's see. Drivers, no points for our drivers yet. I don't think there's anything left for us to do other than go straight to the race. Let me just check other facilities. We've got a few actually that are running down a bit. We've got some money to spend. Let's go ahead and upgrade our weather centre. And we may as well go ahead and upgrade the memorabilia room to its final level. And we'll give the hospitality just a quick refurb. Evening, Colin. Evening, Jeremy. Yes, things were a little bit better this weekend. A few issues on the Saturday, but nothing too bad. Right, let's see. Let's just check in with the board as well. We've not checked in with the board for a while. High confidence, 2 disappointed so far. I think they were both retirements for Gasly, I think, in both cases. But delighted apart from that with everything. In terms of our objectives, we are on target to finish the season first, and our long-term objective is also to finish first. So yeah, we're doing well. We're doing what we need to do. Let's advance some race time. Okay, the team hub is now in poor condition, and I bet I haven't got the money to refurb it now, having just spent all that money. I don't. I'm short by less than $4,000, and the race sim is also in need of a refurb. Okay, so we'll have to do those after Monaco. Let's set some targets. So, where does our car sit going into this Grand Prix? Let's have a look. So still not the greatest in terms of top speed, but acceleration's pretty handy. Our low speed cornering could be a little better. We do need to work on that. Our medium and high speed cornering both pretty strong. Brake cooling's better than it has been in a long time. Engine cooling needs a bit of work still. And our DRS is pretty handy. Let's take a look at Red Bull, who are traditionally in this game monstrously strong at this circuit. Wow, their cornering is not anywhere near what I thought it would be. Their speed's phenomenal, but Look at that, 15th in low speed cornering, 10th in medium. That's really going to hurt them at this circuit. If they don't have a big upgrade coming for Baku, it's going to really, really hurt them at Baku as well. Right, let's have a look at Ferrari. So Ferrari, yeah, they're much better in the low and medium speed. Struggling in the high speed, but there isn't really that much in the way of high speed stuff at Monaco. So Ferrari going to be the struggle to, you know, the team that we have to struggle against this weekend. I think they're going to pose more of a threat than Red Bull. They're still pretty fast. You know, they're not anywhere near the top speed of the Red Bull, but that cornering is really going to make all the difference. And their brakes, they've got the best brakes on the grid. That's really going to help them out as well. So yeah, Ferrari I think is going to be our biggest challenge. Given all of that, let's just have a quick look at these sections by speed. Oh, there are actually more high-speed sections in there than I thought. I was expecting to see a bit more yellow than that. But yeah, I think we can do pretty well here. So let's go ahead and set our targets. The incentive is to get 1 in the top 2. That might be a bit tricky. We're going to get both cars into Q3. And we're going to get both cars into Q2. That is pretty much a given. Fastest lap, we'll definitely go for that. Finish position. I'm going to go 2 in the top 4. Finish position streak is 1 in the top 4 for 2 races. That's not a particularly good bonus. The quali streak, 2 in the top 4 for 5. We are 3 races down now, just 2 to go, and we'll get that payout. Right, off we go to Monaco.
Cars have been racing through Monaco streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners, from the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott. There are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, so here we are at Monaco with perfect weather. You know, a little cloudy on the race day, a little bit of cloud today, a little bit of cloud tomorrow, but generally it's going to be fine. Just looking at the chats, good 2-0 win for Liverpool over Everton tonight. Yeah, I saw the result. I didn't see the scores, but I did see the result as I was just starting off the stream. Am I excited for the PS5 edition of City Skylines? I am actually looking forward to that. I think it's tomorrow it drops. Getting ready to download that and all the DLCs that I've already bought and see what it looks like. I'm curious as to what the new UI is going to look like. I'm thinking it might look a little bit more, maybe a bit more resemble the PC version. But yeah, looking forward to having 25 tiles to play with rather than just that box of 9. Ooh. Someone strangling a cat outside. Right, let's do some setup stuff. I get distracted by noisy cats. Let's see. We're going to try and run these engines again. I think that was the plan, wasn't it? 45% for Gasly. We might need to switch to a newer engine. Obviously, he's taken that bit of extra damage from a shunt earlier in the season. Same with the ERS. It's a little bit more damage, but it's fine. Gearbox, we'll put the old gearbox in. For both cars. There we go, just while we're doing practice. Let's see, so we want full wings to start. Okay, let's see. Let's go with a 9.1, a 3.05 and a 0.15. Let's try that on George's car. We're going to go 21 laps here at Monaco. Dropping the pace. Let's take a look at Gasly's car. Setup, there we go. Again, we're going to go full wings. And we're going to go with an 8.2, I think, on this one, maybe. I mean, we're going to drop the front wing down. I'm going to go 9.5, 16, 8.2, a 3.5, and a 1. So a very different setup. We're going to go, again, 21 laps. We're going to drop the pace, and off we go.
How's the radio on track?
Yeah, good.
That's green light.
It sounded like a tomcat getting his ears boxed for indecent advances. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm 2 floors up, and not looking out the window, so I couldn't see exactly whether it was a, you know, what colour cat it was, but that's definitely what it sounded like.
Watch those curbs.
Copy.
The one thing I really hope is going to be in the game is, I know it was a mod, but I'm really hoping that they're going to code it into the base game, is traffic management, where you can, you know, tell them which lanes to use. That would make all the difference, it really would. Oh, it's the 15th, is it? It's Wednesday. I thought it, yeah, for some reason I thought it was tomorrow. I'm just used to things releasing on Tuesdays. So we've had some more liveries revealed for F1. We've had the new, I think the Haas was the only one I'd mentioned last time. So we've seen the new Williams, which looks very similar to the current Williams.
Really pleased.
Just a couple of little tweaks. The new Haas looks great, I think, in terms of its livery. The new Aston Martin was revealed today. Looks almost identical to the one that's already, you know, this season's livery or last season's livery. And the new McLaren was released today as well, and that actually looks a lot better than the monstrosity of a livery that they had at the end of the season. That thing was just hideous. And we got Ferrari releasing tomorrow, if memory serves. Oh yes, and the AlphaTauri AT04 as well, with some flashes of red. Not quite sure how I feel about it. I like the look. They've reduced the amount of white on the car. They've gone with some more dark blue this time round, and I think it looks better for it. I'm not 100% convinced by the red flashes, but
Yeah, loud and clear.
okay, bit of work to do. Let's see. Do I have another 9 I can go to? Yes, I do. Let's go to a 3.2 and a 0.5. And those changes are not big enough. So let's try 9.5, 16. Let's go to the 9.5, 16, 8.2, 3.5, and a 1. That's not quite there. I haven't written it down, but I have had a 9 front wing setup before, and that actually looks about right. Maybe a bit more balanced there. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's see how that works. Again, a little bit of work needed here. Let's push that up to a 10. Need to change the braking stability quite a bit. Gonna go with that and see how that works. I don't think this is going to be it, but it should get me a little bit closer to, you know, paint a closer picture of where we need to go with this setup. Will I be trying Transport Fever? I don't know. I've got so many games to play that I haven't played, and I'm really just loving Frostpunk right now. I'm playing that so much that you know, with City Skylines coming out and still playing this on the streams and me playing Frostpunk, I just don't think I'm gonna have time. I mean, I'll have a look at it in terms of its, you know, release videos and stuff, and see what it looks like and how it runs, but I don't know if I'll buy it or not. Maybe at some point. Evening, Anthony. Good to see you. You hope Mercedes goes back to black. They won't. I can pretty much guarantee that.
How was the balance?
Oh, we made Russell's car a lot worse.
Good. Okay, mate. Understood.
That's not good. Actually, no, we didn't make it a lot worse. We only made it a little bit worse. It was 85. I think we dropped it to 82. Oh no, it was more than that. It was Gasly. It was 85. Okay, so yeah, we have made Russell's car a lot worse. Whoops. We can fix that. Just waiting on Gasly's feedback. 87, so we've only increased him by 2%. Looks like this could be a tough weekend for getting these cars set up. So given that we're going to have to do double runs in the next session, I'm going to call both the guys in now, just to save a little bit of extra wear on the car. Rather than letting them finish their runs. Okay, so I went the wrong way with the toe. Other than that, it's not too far off. So I want to be about here. That needs to be there. That needs to go back to a 9.1. That needs to stay pretty much where it is. I think. Let's put it there. Alright, I think that might be it. What about this one? Okay, so we've got a clearer picture on the cornering. So that needs to change quite dramatically. It needs to be about there. Let's pull that right in. Everything else looks okay. Let's try that.
We'll get some comments when you're back in the garage and plugged in.
If you're concentrating on brake cooling, don't forget that you can also get significant brake cooling upgrades with new front wings, not just suspension. Sometimes you'll find that concentrating on braking with your front wing will actually give you more per part with the front wings than the suspension, but it's good to balance across both. Alright. Just the one penalty so far, and that is for Vettel. I wonder if he's running a new engine. He's right up there. Makes me think he probably is. Let's go into the second session. We've already done the setup stuff, so let's just put on some tyres. Because we're going to do double runs, I'm going to go with 18 laps of fuel. If actually, maybe we might nail it. So just to be on the safe side, we will run it with enough fuel to make it a good, worthwhile run. So we'll go 30 laps. Let's change those tyres. We can always call them in and refuel them to a better, lower level if we need to bring them back in. Have I got a chance to try FM23 yet? No, I have not. I forgot to buy it. I will remind me at the end of the stream.
Radio check,
I'll get it after the stream.
Yeah, all good.
I completely forgot all about it. I've been so engrossed with Frostpunk.
We've just had a car run wide.
I'll tell you what, considering we're running knackered components with 30 laps of fuel on hard tyres, we're only 0.8 of a second off Sonoda. That's encouraging. Yeah, well, never mind. Wow, Verstappen is slower than we are. Evening, Farah. Nope, we've got a VSC.
Oh, and that's a crash. Let's take a look at the replay. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Oh, that's a clumsy mistake from Ricciardo. Shouldn't have done too much in the way of damage to his car, though. Right, did we nail these setups? Please tell me yes.
Okay, any comments on balance?
Just about, yeah. Perfect. 99. We can just tweak the toe, one click, and that's that one nailed. Okay, what about Gasly? 90%, so still a bit of work needed for Gasly. So we'll call Gasly in. We'll put him on a second run for this session. Russell's just holding everybody up. Alright, so the roll bar definitely needs to change. Which way does it need to go? I'm going to send it that way. I'm going to go with 7.3. Actually, no, because then I can't put the front wing where it needs to be. Let's go with back to a 9.1. I can pull the front wing back a little bit. Let's go to there. That's a bit too much. Let's try that. Look at this queue of traffic. Oh man, we're holding up the entire grid. From what I understand as well, because a buddy of mine has also got the game through his extra subscription. If you go to the store, the DLCs are like $3.99 each. But if you go to the DLCs through the game itself, I think they're like £1.30 each. I would highly recommend that you pick them up, the DLCs, because they are really good, really really good. And they're cheap as well. At $1.39, very very cheap. Okay, running at 60 something percent. Gonna need to stretch this run out an extra couple of laps, I think. There we go. Oh, we've got a crash. Please don't be Russell. No, that's good. Don't tell me it's Ricardo again.
We've had a crash.
Ocon this time.
Now have a watch of this. Looks like Ocon.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Crash is
that's a very big hit.
For the team.
Managed to keep the car going though.
What was the balance, please?
95%, so we're moving in the right direction, but still some work to do.
Copy that.
Right, what do we need to change? Okay, that's easy to fix. Alright, there we go. I think that's it.
Good session, well done.
Gavin Hastings still playing. Christ, how old is he now? Oh no, wait, yeah, I misread the post. Yeah. I was going to say. Was 95, was that the year that England won the World Cup? What year was that? Because I remember watching him in the... well, it was the Five Nations back then, before the Six Nations, wasn't it? Around that time period. I remember watching Hastings in the Five Nations.
Here we are, back for another day of Formula One action, where practice wraps up and qualifying.
Right, so we've done the setup change. We're going to go with 26 laps of fuel. I think that'll be enough. Forgot to change George's setup. Let's go that way. And if it's wrong, we've got time to correct it. Again, 26 laps, drop the pace. We're going to go on to the medium tyres for this run. And off we go.
The radio is good. You can hear me, yeah?
Radio check, okay. Radio check, okay.
Evening, Packins. ...2003, I just thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was mid to late 90s. I mean, it's still a long time ago, it's still, what, 20 years ago, but... I just thought it was a bit earlier than that. Oh, I forgot. There we go. Yeah, it has been a while, Packins, but then you haven't really missed a huge amount. I mean, I've not been streaming that much, really, over the last month. I think I did 2 streams last week and nothing for 3 weeks before that, so... 99 again, which is one off.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah, we can fix that, and then we got it the right way.
Where do you need help in terms of balance?
On Russell's
Switches?
car, that's good.
Sounds like someone's gone wide there.
That's what I'm thinking of, 95 with South Africa, yeah. That's the one I was confusing it with. I knew I remembered a famous World Cup final in 95, but I just couldn't remember who was in it. Hey, whatever happened to Jonah Lamu? I remember he was terrifying when he burst onto the international scene for the All Blacks. Whatever happened to him? Did he continue to just be a menace, or did he actually just kind of burn out very quickly? Ah, that's a shame.
We'll get some comments when you're plugged back in.
Okay, so 4 bonuses for both drivers. If this is not obvious... Oh, it is obvious. Okay, so if it wasn't obvious, I wouldn't have made the tweak. No point unnecessarily tweaking the car. But because it can't go that way, because that's outside the boundary, it has to go that way. So that's a 100% setup right there. But I would have left it alone. 99 is just as good as 100 in terms of getting us to 15 out of 15. So it wouldn't have made any real difference. Yeah, just the perfectionist in me likes to get 100. Right, let's see. I think I am going to have to, at the very least, swap out gearboxes. Do I want to swap out the engine as well? I'll see how I run in Q1. I'll see what kind of pace we've got, and then I'll make a decision after Q1, I think.
And radio check.
Yep.
Right, because Monaco is just a mess of traffic, and it, just one car can completely destroy your lap, I'm going to wait till the end of the session. I'm going to gamble, because if something goes wrong, we get a spin, or we crash, or we get a yellow flag somewhere on the course, then we run the risk of getting knocked out. But I need to know what my actual pace is going to be, and for that I need clean air. Alright, I want Russell in front of Gasly. Might have gone a touch early here, actually. I know, I'm seeing movement in the pit lane. We're okay. Oh, no, do not want to take manual control. There we go.
Okay, you can go. You can go.
Oh, he's already gone through. I didn't even see the overtake happen. Alright, so what kind of pace do we have? Sainz and Perez are both going to improve, assuming they're not stuck behind someone slow. Bottas is fastest, 1099. Well, we've gone purple in the first sector. And purple in the middle. .1096. That's not bad from Russell. Gasly a little off. See how the rest of the field improves.
Alright, buddy, good job once again. See you in the office shortly.
Alright. Leclerc has improved. Perez has improved. Here comes Sainz, who's currently last. And goes 5th, just behind Gasly. I think we might be able to get away with these engines. If I can use these engines and not have to break out new ones until Baku, the next race, that will really help us. I think we've got enough. It's certainly with Russell, we've got enough pace to challenge for the win. Gasly might be a little bit more of a stretch, but yeah, there's only 3/10 in it. So that's encouraging. We'll stick with these components. What is that engine at? 43. Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we're going to run scrub tyres. Again, we're just going to wait till the end of the session, do a quick run just to get through to Q3, and then
Yeah, we can now. Radio
we'll
check.
go for it in Q3.
Yeah, good.
Bottas looking quick again. Just going to have a look. Is he running a new engine? Yes, he is. He's running a brand new engine. And Russell's quicker than him, even though he's running a brand new engine. That is very encouraging. A little bit of juice. Let's see what we can do on scrubs. Russell should still be theoretically in with a chance of taking top spot here. Oh, Gasly's gone purple. Maybe he was a little bit too close to Russell last time and was getting too much dirty air. Alright, Russell crosses the line. Goes P3. Gasly goes pole. Wow. Okay, so Gasly has got pace despite his knackered engine. He must have been too close on that first run. Alright, game on.
How's the radio on track?
Yeah, all good.
That's green light.
Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to upgrade the storage on my system. Some games are just huge, absolutely monstrously big. Alright, let the field go out. Send that Russell. And now I'll send out Gasly. Make sure there's a bit of a gap between them. Alright, fresh tyres. Let's see what we can do. All right on board with Pierre. Was his Q2 lap a one-off, or has he really got that much pace? Purple for Russell, and now purple for Gasly. It's going to be between our two boys by the look of it. Bottas at 109.8. He is consistently looking fast. That's that new engine. Plus McLaren are usually, not McLaren, sorry, Mercedes, if they've still got Jared Murphy, are very strong in the low downforce stuff. Sainz takes pole, a 109.7. We know Russell did a 109.6 in Q1 on fresh tyres. What can he do this time? Ah, he's just off. What about Gasly? He's just off as well. Ooh, look at that though. Look how close the top 10 is. Just half a second between the top 10. Less than a tenth and a half separating the top 4 cars. Season 3 is really throwing up some close competition here. I'm loving it.
The grid is packed.
Right. I am thinking of maybe trying to do a 2-stop. I've got the tyres for it. Let's have a look. Look at that, it's 25 seconds faster. But there is the inherent risk of traffic. We are near the front, so if we can get into the lead and try and break away, then we could definitely make that strategy work. And if we get a safety car, we can always, you know, change things on the fly. I'm going to take a lap of fuel out. And we're going to go aggressive off the line. Starting third and fourth, we want to try and get into the lead as quick as we can if we're going to go with this this strategy. All right, here we go.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. And here we have George Russell. Starting in third place, they're in a really good position for this race. Next for the team, it's Pierre Gasly. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? And we're just moments away now. We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Oh, that's a good start from Bottas. He's going to take the lead, I think. Gasly under pressure from Leclerc. Holds him off. He's putting Russell under pressure. Russell should hold him. Yes, he does. Trying to shape up for a move, just wasn't on. See if we can get him on the main straight. Oh wow, Sainz is on soft as well, I've just realised. Go on, go on. Yes! Squeezed it through. Right, what tyres is Bottas on? He's on softs as well. Wow, how many people are on softs? Whoa, look at that. That's so rare. I see so many people starting on softs here. I wonder if we're kind of forcing people's hands into a soft start. It's unusual to see that many drivers starting on soft tyres.
Only can use and deploy.
Copy.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
No more DRS. Copy.
Okay,
I'm out of DRS or ERS, but can I? Yes, we squeezed through into the lead. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so we need to go into harvest mode. Let's calm down the fuel and the tyres. We've got Gasly up into third. Let's calm him down.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Copy.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah, copy.
Recharge on.
Copy. We need recharge off. Okay.
All right, let's see if we can get Gasly through into
Let's restart,
second.
please.
Okay.
Might be a bit tricky. Oh, he's still driving in clean air. Damn it. Oh yeah, all the top runners all start on scrubs because they use all their tyres in quali. We're not diving through this time.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
But we're sitting pretty comfortable right now.
Charge on.
Yeah.
And because we're starting on brand new softs, we can run a little bit longer than the front runners. Plus we've been able to push the tyres a little bit harder because we have that little bit more rubber to play about with. Make sure we don't drop out of DRS range.
Copy.
Go recharge off. You ready?
Yeah, copy, all good.
Oh, Bottas having a look. Can we hold him? Yes, we can. Just.
Let's go recharge on.
Okay.
So you can see, as predicted, the Red Bull's not up the front. Sixth and eighth right now. Porsche in seventh. How on earth did that happen?
Recharge off.
Yep, fine.
Charge off.
Copy.
Alright, so we've got Bottas covered off for another lap.
Let's go recharge on.
Yeah.
Given how close he is to the back of Verstappen, I'm wondering if Porsche could actually be lapping faster if he was in clean air. Could Porsche be quicker than Verstappen? Or is it just that it might just be a tyre thing? Maybe he's not. I'll check the compounds in a minute.
And recharge off.
Yeah, copy.
Let's go recharge on, please, recharge on.
Yep.
Right, let's take a look at those tyres. Yes, so Leclerc is a little bit further back because he's on mediums, as is Verstappen. So yeah, Porsche does have more pace, but it is tyre compound wise. Only one person on hards, and that's Mick Schumacher, who is already 6 seconds off the back of Stroll. Well, 5.5, but yeah, he's a long way off.
Let's go recharge off.
Copy.
Bottas is definitely looking racy, and he has got that brand new engine.
Let's go recharge on, please, recharge on.
Copy.
We're not breaking away from Leclerc, but that's because we keep running through the second half of the lap in harvest mode. Once I get the batteries healthy, I'm going to try and sprint the drivers. See if we can get Gasly past Bottas and up into second and get Russell to break away at the front.
You can go recharge off if you want.
Copy.
Just being very mindful of the fact that he has got that DRS, and we don't want to get out dragged up this hill.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Sainz looks like he's starting to drop back a bit as well. I think maybe Bottas's tyres are starting to drift a touch as well. Down to 69. Sainz is in better shape than I thought. Maybe he's just looking after his tyres. Okay, we're almost there with full batteries.
Recharge off.
Copy.
Charge off.
Okay.
Leclerc is definitely looking like he's closing. Alright, let's try and break away. Actually, I probably should have done that on the previous lap. We'll try on this next lap.
Okay,
Start of the next
recharge on,
lap, we'll try and
recharge
break.
Yeah, roger.
Charge on.
Yeah.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
Okay, good job, thank you.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Let's go for a push.
Copy.
Battery is on the low side.
Copy.
Give us more lift off, please.
Copy.
That was a very good lap. Charge on for now.
Yeah.
Charge off.
Okay.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, you can go charge off.
Okay.
Damn it, I'm muted. Yeah, I was just saying, looking at where we are right now, we're pulling away from Bottas. His tyres are starting to go. Leclerc's just nabbed Sainz. I was looking at the cars behind. Verstappen is on mediums, and all the cars directly behind him are on softs, and they will all dive into the pits before we do. So we have only Verstappen that's going to be in front of us, and Leclerc that's going to be in front of us once we pit. Assuming that we don't get undercut by Bottas and Sainz. The gap that we're really looking at is the gap to Albon, and at 21, nearly 22 seconds, we've almost got our window for pitting. It's almost there. It's not quite there, but it's almost there. I'd like it to be a little bit more. I'd like it to be about 23, 24 seconds. We're not pitting until lap 25, so we've still got another 9 laps, including this one. I've deliberately not taken Gasly off of
Okay, charge
stay
on.
behind teammate yet.
Copy.
I'm going to let them race once we've got our pit stops on, out the way, our first stop. Right now it's all about building a gap, and we may as well try and recharge Gasly at the same time. We're almost at 23 seconds to Albon. So we'll have our gap by the time we pit, I think. Verstappen now breaking away from the other soft runners behind him. Porsche is now acting as a bit of a roadblock. Again, this is perfect for us. All those cars are going to be in the pits before we are, because most of them are. Not all of them, but most of them are. Ricardo will probably stay out and pit around about the same time we do, maybe just a lap or two before, but the others should pit a fair bit before us. But we have reached the point where the mediums are faster than the softs.
Charge off.
Copy.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
I left Gasly in charge just a little bit too long there.
Copy.
So recharge on.
Copy.
So I'm hoping Bottas is now going to be a nice roadblock against Leclerc. It was hard for us to get past him. We had to really push the car to do it. I'm hoping Leclerc's going to have to sit it out behind him for quite some time.
Need a recharge off.
Copy.
Let's keep an eye on this little battle here. He's trying to find a way through. But that Mercedes has just got such a powerful acceleration out of Sandevot. I think he could be stuck there for a while. I hope he's going to be stuck there for a while. It's going to ruin his strategy. Let's take a look at Verstappen's pace. He's doing a 1:15.4. Which is a little bit faster. Russell obviously was running some recharge last lap. Let's see what he does this lap.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
.15.3. Verstappen is doing a 15.4. I think Leclerc could be doing 15.2s easy, maybe 15.0s if he was in clear air. But he's stuck behind Bottas, and that is really helping us. His stream, this always happens. Play something else, watch my stream, and you're back on F1 Manager. Yeah, I get that.
Charge off, charge off.
Okay.
I'm the same. I'll watch someone's F1 Manager video, and if I'm not playing F1 Manager already, it'll get me in the mood to play some F1 Manager. Alright, we're in the pit window first. I am going to box Gasly first, simply because his tyres are in worse shape. Oh, is this Leclerc having a look? I think he's got him. Has he got him? Oh, it's side by side. I think Bottas might just hang on. It's gonna be tight. Bottas just hangs on to the position. That is crucial, because it means we can just stretch that gap. Right, speaking of gaps, Albon is nearly 26 seconds. We're going to come out behind Ricciardo if we were to box now. I'm surprised no one else has pitted yet. We should see a little flurry of activity in the pits soon. I don't see any mechanics out there yet. So Verstappen has opened up a 7-second gap now to Porsche, who's holding up everybody behind him. to the point where I think Albon might even be catching. Let's see. Pourchaire's doing a 16.5. Albon's doing a 16.0. Yeah, Albon is catching. So our little window is starting to tighten because the gap is starting to disappear between the two trains. So I might have to extend this stint. I don't want to bring my guys out behind a big queue of very slow soft runners. Yeah, again, no one's pitting yet. We're into the window where soft runners should be pitting. Oh, lap 26 to 32. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm going to have to box Gasly now, I think. Oh, actually, no. We've almost got a gap to Pourchaire. Let's stick it out for an extra couple of laps. If we can get out ahead of Pourchaire. Let's sprint.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
If we can actually, you know, if they're staying out
Yeah.
for another, anywhere up to another 6 laps, let's see if we can sprint past, you know, sprint to the point where we can actually pit and come out in front of them. Plus, with Bottas acting as a roadblock against Leclerc, it means we can open that gap up even more. We're at 22.3 seconds. Nearly there. One more lap.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Yeah, copy.
Gotta let Gasly go. Gasly still has some battery to burn. I can afford to keep Russell out for an extra couple of laps. I can't with Gasly. I have to pit him this lap because his tyres are almost completely dead.
Box.
Oh god, I'm driving a clean air. How long's that been going on? Has that been going on the whole time? Jeez. It can't have been, surely not.
Yeah, in the box.
Yeah, copy that.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Yes, box.
Alright, here we go. We are comfortably clear of the queue. Oh, a long way clear of the queue. Oh yeah, those 2 sprint laps worked beautifully.
Charge on. Charge on.
Yeah.
Lift off for the fuel.
Okay.
So, we're going to come out in 6th place behind Gasly. Unless we get really lucky and actually come out in front of him. We are recharging and fuel saving with Gasly for the moment, so it's possible. Oh, look, here we go. Everyone's coming in. Lots of mechanics out. So Bottas and Sainz are in. Leclerc and Verstappen are going to stay out because they're on mediums.
In the pit straight now.
There goes Verstappen.
Sainz in the pit.
Oh, we come out just behind Gasly. That's okay. And we have a comfortable lead over Bottas now, 11.5 seconds. That's beautiful. Just get Russell into DRS range. And we'll do a little bit of fuel saving with him as well. We can afford to be a little bit slower than normal at this stage because we've got such a tyre advantage over the cars in front of us. Because their tyres are rubbish compared to ours. Oh, Bottas has gone hard, so he's going for the one stop. I don't think most people are going to go for the one stop. We might see a couple of two stops in there, but... Going to save fuel to about 0.6. And then we'll go back to normal speed, and obviously we'll turn the battery onto default once it's fully charged. Once I've got them both fully charged on battery, I am going to tell Gasly to move over and let Russell back through. Get them back to how they were before the round stops. And then we'll let them race. It's only fair, I think, given that we pulled George over when he didn't need to let Gasly through for that one last sprint. So Porsche, definitely it did not work out for him with that round of stops. He's dropped behind Norris and Perez and Stroll. All the cars that were behind him are now in front of him, pretty much. We can't, apart from Ricciardo. Ricciardo's still back there. And there goes Verstappen in the pits.
Let's lift off, please.
Alright, so we are 6 seconds down on Leclerc. But we are now at a point where we can pretty much start chasing him down. No more lift and coast. No
Charge
more recharge. There we go. Status quo has been resumed. And Leclerc pits. And our guys are now free to race.
We need recharge off.
Copy.
So, it's always a risk on a circuit like this, letting them fight, but hopefully they won't do anything stupid. We have lost some ground to Bottas while we were fuel saving and charging, but we should start to open that gap back up again now. See, we were doing 15s to 14.5 from Bottas. Let's see what we do now that we are free and clear. Pace is going to be slightly affected because they are scrapping. So there will be some defensive lines into some of these corners. A 14.0 for both drivers. Yeah, there we go. Half a second faster than Bottas. That's what we need to see. Plenty of laps like that. So I'm just having a look to see if there's any big fights going on. There's still that kind of train that's now stuck behind. I was going to say stuck behind Stroll, but Stroll's just pitted. Let's see. Vettel in. Gets rid of his mediums for hards. Same with Stroll. Schumacher's still out there on his hard tyres, isn't he? And anyone who comes out behind him is going to be stuck behind him for ages. Vettel just gets out ahead of him, but Stroll is going to be at the back of the grid. %, on those hards. He's going to go soft at the end, I think. Everyone else has made their one and only stop. We're the only ones, by the look of it, who are going to be two stopping. If I wanted to really maximise the pace on this stint, I would just tell Gasly to stay behind, but, you know, I don't like to impose team orders on my drivers unless there's a clear reason for it. I like to leave them free to race. Oh, Gasly's having a sneaky look. Can he pull the move off? No, Russell closes the door. So if we were to pit right now, we would already have a gap to Perez. Comfortably have a gap to Perez. We've almost got a gap to Sainz. It's not worked out well for Sainz. Look how far behind Bottas he is, considering they were both on the same tyres. I'm wondering, did he get held in the pits with a load of people coming in? How did he drop so far off the back? Ooh, Verstappen and Leclerc are scrapping. Let's have a look at this. The RS is open. He's not going to get through there though. We are not pulling out as much of a gap to Bottas as I'd like here. I might have to tell them to behave behave themselves, and just let them go at it in the final stint. That might be the best course of action, I think, because Bottas is fast and he is not stopping again. So we'll leave him in a holding pattern in this session, in this stint, and then we'll let them free to fight when they're on the softs, and hopefully that will speed up Russell because he's not having to go defensive all the time, which will then obviously speed up Gasly and open up the gap to Bottas a bit more. I'm not worried about them hitting each other, Farah. I'm just worried about, you know, them not lapping, not putting in optimal laps, and not pulling out a big enough gap so that when we do stop again, we've got too much work to do to get back in front of Bottas. With these two fighting, they're going to just drop further and further behind. We've got a gap to Sainz now, just about. These guys are a little bit further away. But if we can find another 5 seconds, then we'll have a gap to these two. and then it's just Bottas to deal with. And there you go, we're doing 13.9s now. Yeah, we're lapping a couple of tenths faster because we're not fighting. Even so, we're still only pulling out 2 tenths per second on Bottas. I wonder if Gasly's quicker. Let's try sprinting George. Let Gasly keep up behind him. And then we'll switch positions and we'll sprint Gasly once Russell's recharged. Let's see if we can open that gap up a bit more.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
Right, so the gap's a second. If Gasly is faster than Russell, that gap should come down. He's certainly harder on his tyres than Russell. Not by much, but, you know, on a long stint it adds up. Okay, obviously, yeah, this is going to completely blow the measuring of gap out the water with the DRS, but it does look like he's maybe a tenth faster.
Very good lap.
Alright, we've got traffic coming up. I feel like I'm in in Star Wars Nahar, but our first catch up today. Okay, we pulled out another couple of seconds on Bottas while we were doing that. Let's recharge Gasly, then we'll switch him over so that we can recharge Russell. Schumacher still hasn't stopped yet, has he? No. Right, well these guys will all peel out of the way. It's just a question of where we catch them. Because there are certain parts where they just can't peel out of the way. I'd like to maybe pick them off before we get to one of those parts, but I don't know.
Watch for fuel.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Alright, Stroll trying to make a move on Schumacher. And I think he's done it. Yes, he has. And now Schumacher's going to pull over. Oh, he really held up Gasly there. And now Russell is going to get stuck.
Okay, recharge on.
Yeah.
All the way through here. There we go. Let's Stroll out the way. Sonoda up next.
So a recharge off.
Copy.
Charge off, good job.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting to lose some tyre life. We've certainly lost some time getting through these back markers. But Bottas will have to get through them as well when he catches up to them. As Russell goes through nicely against Gasly. Okay, so now we'll see which of our drivers is quicker. I'm not going to charge Russell up. I'm just going to leave him like this. And we'll see how long it takes Gasly to get in range. It might well be that he's got slightly more pace, but because he's harder on his tyres, by the time he gets close enough to use that extra pace, he'll actually be slower because his tyres will have worn down too much. There goes Tsunoda pulling out the way. Alright, so now we've got a clean run between the two drivers. Alright, so 1.7 across the line. Let's see what the gap is at the end of the next lap. So I said about what 10-15 minutes ago. I thought the gap between the two drivers was about a tenth in terms of lap lap pace. It looks like that's about where it is.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Yeah, it's about a tenth. Gasly is a tenth of a second quicker. It's not much, but it does add up over a long period.
So recharge on, please.
So we'll recharge Russell and we'll let Gasly go in front. I want both drivers to have full batteries when they make their stops. I want them to be able to hit the ground running on those soft tyres. Plus, I also want them to be able to sprint on their in-laps. Because it looks like Leclerc might start to close that gap down. We have a gap to Sainz. We almost have a gap to... Well, we've just about got a gap to Leclerc and Verstappen. It's not quite there. I think just to be safe, I'd like another second on that. We are lapping a tenth or two faster. It's not much. More traffic coming up. Russell should be pulling over any moment. There he goes. So who are we closing in on? Vasseur. Vasseur's up next, then Zhou, and then there's quite a bit of a gap up to Vettel, Magnussen and Albon and Ocon. And Perez is holding up a lot of people. He's holding up Norris, both of the Alfa Romeos and Ricciardo as well, all in that little train. Okay, we're lapping slower than Bottas now. We're almost into the pit windows. In fact, we are in the pit window for Gasly. .14.6s against a 14.1. Ooh, half a second. Okay. It's getting a little tighter than I would like. We're losing that window to Leclerc and Verstappen, so we are going to have to sprint our drivers.
Recharge off.
Copy.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Okay.
Come on.
can afford to be a bit more aggressive with the tyres and the engine burn, because this is the last race we'll be using these as race engines. And I do ironically think now that I've switched them around, Gasly is now holding up Russell. Alright, gap is going up. We should have the pace to get past both Verstappen and Leclerc if we do come out behind them, but if we can avoid that headache entirely by gapping them enough to come out in front of them, then it's only Bottas we have to worry about. And that means we don't have to burn out a chunk of our tyres just trying to get into a position where we can start hunting him down. We can just go straight after him. I think one more lap will be enough. But I'm not going to have one more lap of pace in Gasly. So we're going to pit Gasly this lap. We'll pit George next lap.
Box, box.
Yeah, in the box.
Confirmed? Confirmed.
Alright, have we done enough to get out in front of Leclerc? It's going to be close. I think we should just about be able to do this. Oh yeah, we're comfortably going to get out in front of them. That's fantastic.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Okay, so 18, 19 seconds. It's 19 seconds needed, not 23, which is what I thought. Just got to make sure I actually do call him in.
Box at the end of this lap. Yes, box.
And we're only 6.5 seconds behind Bottas. So yeah, we've got this comfortably in hand to be able to catch him. Passing him is going to be tricky, but we should be able to do it. The difference 12 months, mate. This time last year, Gasly was comfortably leading with Porsche having held up the rest of the field beautifully for him, only for him to have a weird spin at the chicane that took him out of contention. Still managed to fight him back up onto the podium, and Russell managed to stay in front. Good job, Russell. Oh, he's being challenged, and no, he's... Damn it. Alright, that... I need to swap them back over.
Slow down, please.
That was a legitimate, overtake, and I forgot that Russell was still in don't fight teammate mode. There we go. But yeah, we were on course for a comfortable win with Gasly, only for it to go horribly wrong for him. And then Porsche pushing to try and close back up because we left him out longer than we probably should have done. Had a crash. We managed to get Gasly back on the podium, I believe. Third place, I think it was. But yeah, we were on for a win at Monaco, and it just kind of fell apart. This time round, it's looking a lot healthier. Right, I've got enough battery to
Go recharge off.
start driving after Bottas. We can charge up for a few laps behind him. We need to start closing him down. Let's see, what do his tyres look like? 60%. Ooh, nice. Alright, we've got to get past Stroll and Tsunoda again. Gasly's having a look. We're not interfering in this. I think Russell will hold it. Oh, I don't know actually. Gasly's got him. Good job, Gasly. Gasly needs a win to get his title challenge, or his title defence, back on track. But we're not going to just hand it to him, he's going to have to work for it. As Stroll dives out the way. There goes Tsunoda. Ah, I knew he was going to do that. Hi there, BAM Gaming. I've been debating getting it since you have a PC now. Is it worth getting? I think so. I mean, I've put out well over 1,000 hours into this game. I love it. But, I mean, it's not without its flaws. But, I mean, it's consistently on sale because it hasn't performed as well as Frontier were hoping. It has been patched a lot since it was launched, and it's now much more robust in the racing mechanics. I think it's worth it, you know,
Okay.
especially if you can get it on, you know, on sale, half price, or maybe even a little bit better. It's a solid first entry in what is potentially going to be a long-running series. Although, having said that, with the earnings report suggesting that the game didn't perform as they were hoping, it does make me wonder about the future of the franchise. I know that they're working on the next installment. That might possibly be make or break. Alright, Gasly's almost on Bottas already. I didn't even realise how quickly we caught him. There he is. Is he going to have a cheeky look up the inside? He's thinking about it. He's not going to get it. This will bring Russell back into play. Oh, we've got a back marker as well. Ah, damn it, for sure. There's just no way through round here. I just get these really clumsy, clunky attempts to get through. Yeah, it happens, unfortunately, especially on circuits like this where it's such tight corners, quite a narrow track.
Okay.
We've got a bit of free air now, though, until we get up to the back of Zhou. So hopefully we'll get Bottas at the end of this lap, beginning of the next one.
Okay, it's recharge on.
Covering.
Might need to use some ERS to punch through here.
Charge on.
Copy.
There's something special about Monaco, but I mean, it does lead, in terms of real life, it does lead to some ridiculously stale, boring racing. It's just a procession with the odd overtakes smattered in if you're lucky. In this, it's much easier to overtake, but it's still tricky.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
Okay.
Alright, let's punch through.
You're doing a good job.
So, if this is your least favourite circuit, what's your most favourite circuit? Which one do you enjoy the most in this game? Alright, Russell's turn. Straight through. No drama.
Okay, well done, mate.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
I love driving at Baku. Baku's a great circuit to drive. The open circuits tail doesn't cope well with walls. In terms of circuits, if I've got a car that's competitive, doesn't need to be, you know, top of the class, but as long as it's competitive, you know, I love Suzuka. You always get cars careening off at the hairpin, or running wide at spoon. But, you know, Suzuka's a great circuit. It's a great flowing circuit in this game. I'm trying to think what other circuits I really enjoy in this game as well. Canada has always been one of my favourites. That's a great circuit for both real racing and, you know, driving or managing in game. Austria's a good circuit, but the DRS and slipstream makes it, you know, a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's less about the car and more about, you know, making sure you can stay within the. It's less about the speed. It's more about having enough downforce and ability to follow in dirty air. Miami, no, I'm not a big fan of Miami. I mean, it's all right, but it's not great. In real life, one of my all-time favourite circuits is Sao Paulo, Brazil. But it's fun in the game, but it's not the same as driving it, and it's certainly not the same as watching it. Actually, quite like Mexico. Mexico's a circuit I used to do very well at in this game. Singapore's a good circuit in this as well. Opportunities for overtaking. There's always some drama with safety cars. You know, you can pull off some spectacular results there. I mean, what was it last week? Thursday, with our Aston Martin Challenge mode, we got a podium with an Aston Martin with a rookie. Spa, of course. Spa's phenomenal. Love Spa in every version of it. You know, real life, F1 Manager, F1 Racing. Monza as well can be good. But again, you need a car that's at least competitive to, you know, get anything out of that race. If it was a little easier to overtake at, then I think Zandvoort would be, you know, potentially on that list as well. I'm a big fan of Imola. Love Imola. Even though it's really hard to overtake at, I really love Imola. Silverstone, well, you can't really say anything bad about Silverstone. Yeah, those are my favourites out of all the circuits, I think. Alright, Russell is closing. Looks like we might still have a fight on our hands for the lead. Just looking down the rest of the order, there are no real battles going on now. Norris is right behind Perez, who just has no pace at all. Leclerc and Verstappen have separated out. Yeah, there's no real battles of any consequence anywhere else. Maybe Porsche and Alonso scrapping with each other and Ricciardo trying to get into the top 10. But this is the fight for the lead, and they are now within a second of each other, and we're going to leave it like this. We're not going to recharge the batteries. We're not going to mess around with tyre pace or anything like that. They're just going to race like this. I don't want to push them unnecessarily because I don't want to risk one of them pranging the wall or each other. But I'm not going to drop into conserve mode because I don't need to. These are, this is the last race where we're using these engines as race engines. So we don't have to save the engines because they're just going to be practice use after this. Permanently just practice engines. Tyre life is fine. We've got plenty of tyre life. Fuel is pretty much fine. I'll keep an eye on it. If I have to drop one of them into conserve, I'll drop them both into conserve for one lap. But I think they should be just about okay. And so we're not going to touch the battery. They've both got enough for, you know, enough to deploy normally for a full lap. Oh, got traffic. We've got a bunch of traffic coming up. There's what, 4 cars there? Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, Vettel. Yeah, it's those 4. That could have a bearing on who wins this race here. Russell is definitely quicker at this stage of the Grand Prix. Gasly seems, when the tyres are fresh, Gasly seems to have a fraction more pace, but when the tyres start to wear, Russell seems to have more pace.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Yeah.
It's 7 laps to go.
A little defensive move from Gasly there. I thought Russell was going to swing back to the inside and have a lunge, but he decided to stay tucked up. But a move is coming. You can feel it. Alright, so place bets now. Who do you think's going to win? Gasly or Russell? And who would you like to win? Who do you think's going to win, and who would you prefer to win?
Six more laps.
Oh, we're right on that traffic. This is going to screw over one of our 2 guys at least. Maybe both of them. I think whoever is going to win is going to determine... Oh, man, I've just seen there's another bunch of traffic right in front of this, just 6 seconds up the road. We might well catch them as well. And that's Porsche Alonso Ricardo. We might catch those as well. Plus there's a couple of back markers in there as well, I think. Yeah, one of the it's not Stroll. There's got to be Schumacher in there somewhere. Yeah, Schumacher will be on his soft tyres. He'll be keeping pace with them. Oh wow, I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at the map and the timings. I didn't realise we've already got through 2 of those cars.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
I think Russell might sneak the win, but I think I kind of prefer Gasly to get the win, just to make the championship a bit more exciting. Oh, that's a very clumsy pulling over there. That's held up both drivers. Russell is still just about within DRS range though. It's cost him some time. At least half a second. So just Ocon left to catch from that original group now. What's my real life F1 2023 predictions? I think a lot of it's going to depend on whether Ferrari have been able to shore up the reliability of their engine. And potentially what Mercedes do with their car. Because if they are sticking to the same concept but can extract the performance, they'll be more competitive than they were last year. But if they switch concepts, then they could go either way. They could be mighty, or they could be nowhere. I think if Ferrari have managed to nail their reliability for this season, then they will win. That's a bold call, but that's just a gut feeling. Verstappen doesn't have the same hunger. Now that he's a 2-time world champion. He's already said he's looking at life beyond Formula 1. Red Bull are going into the season with a testing handicap as a result of their breaking the cost cap, and I would not be at all surprised if they break the cost cap for this season just gone as well. And if they have, and all they get is the same penalty, then that's something seriously wrong. Because if they've done it 2 seasons in a row, they need to be hit with an even bigger sanction. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they need disqualification. If they break the cost cap 2 seasons in a row, they need to be disqualified. Maybe not the drivers, but like they did with McLaren in 2008, after the Spygate scandal. They let the drivers keep their points, but the team was disqualified from the constructors and ordered to pay a $100 million fine. Don't let Farah hear you say that, Corey. He'll hunt you down and kill you. It's going to come down to the final lap, and I don't think we're going to catch the traffic. Oh, I don't know, we might catch the traffic. Oh. If If they catch the traffic, Gasly's going to win. If they don't catch the traffic, I think George might just sneak it. They're both okay on fuel. They're both okay on tyres. Not touching anything. Just pads down by the side of me. I'm not even looking at it. The reason I want Gasly to win is because I want him to tighten up that race in the championship between the two drivers. Ultimately, I want Russell to win the title.
One more lap. One more lap.
Oh, I think that was his one and only chance. This is his last opportunity, I think. If he can get him here, I don't think he's close enough. No, Gasly's going to win. I want Russell to win the Drivers' Championship. I want an Englishman winning the title for the in an English team. Plus, we're going to be getting... Oh, we didn't run Behrman this weekend, did we? Shit, just realised. I was going to say, we're going to be replacing Gasly with Behrman. If not this season, at the end of this season, then at the end of next season. Gasly's already won himself a world title. Russell's going to be the lead driver with Behrman as his number 2. Remember Football Manager? Yes. Could I play it on stream, or will the stream end after this race? The stream's going to end after this race. Well, there we go. Gasly wins from Russell. And we were 18.5 seconds ahead of Bottas in the end. Comfortably ahead of Bottas.
All in lap procedures, please.
We did make the two-stop work. On paper, significantly faster. Obviously, with traffic, that becomes less the case. I can almost hear you saying that through clenched teeth there, Farah. There we go. Who did we lap? Everybody up to and including Ocon. We almost...
Yeah, in the box.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah, we weren't quite as close to lapping the others as I thought we were.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars.
You did wonder why I didn't run Behrman this week. Yeah, I completely forgot all about him.
Working so hard for this result.
So win number 3 for Pierre Gasly this season. I think that levels him up with wins with Russell.
Was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here.
And Mr. No-Neck Bottas takes his spot on the podium.
A lovely occasion as we see all 3 drivers clearly relishing their moments on the podium. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
Yeah, this was a really clever bit of strategy, and it's great to see that pay off. I can't wait to find out what they show us next time.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Oh, I'm going to love racing at Baku. That's going to be a lot of fun. So there we go. Gasly gains 3 places and picks up the win Russell settles for second, but does take the fastest lap and gets a bonus point for that. Yeah, interesting. Gasly has a little bit more pace at the start of the stint. Russell has more at the end. Obviously, that comes down to tyre management. But don't forget, Gasly was running a weaker engine. I do expect him to be faster than Russell again at Baku, when we put brand new engines in both cars. Into the Drivers' Championship, you can see that Gasly does close the gap, but only by 6 points. So 13 points the gap now. Max in third, dropping a little bit further away. He's now 15 points behind Gasly. They were level pegging going into this race. Sainz in fourth. Bottas with his podium moves up to fifth, jumping Charles Leclerc on points and podiums, I think. Leclerc has 2 podiums. Bottas has 2 podiums. Not quite sure how that has decided to separate those out that way. Perez picks up some points, but he's now a distant 7th. You know, his championship chances are gone already, despite the fact that he's won a race. He's down in 7th place. He's already 62 points off. Russell has more than double his points. Into the constructors, you can see another maximum points haul for us. Moves us even further ahead of Red Bull. That's a very, very healthy lead opening up now. 77 points, 5 wins for the team, 6 podiums, 6 fastest laps. Only 2 poles, but you know, it doesn't matter if you don't have the pole if you can convert it into a win anyway. Ferrari do actually close the gap on Red Bull a little bit. Close that gap down to just 2 points. It's going to be quite a tasty little fight between these two teams, I think. Mercedes get a decent haul of points thanks to Bottas, but Ricciardo once again failing to score. He's kind of holding them back a little bit. And then there's a long way back to Alpine, who failed to score. Aston Martin in 6th. Still, again, no points for them this weekend. McLaren do pick up a few points, as do Alfa Romeo. Alpha Tauri bringing up the rear in 10th with just 3 points. Let's take a look at the breakdown of the racing. So 3 successful overtakes for Russell. It's not a circuit where you get a high number of overtakes. 14 successful defences though, 8 failed overtakes, 1 failed defence. Let's take a look at Gasly. 4 successful overtakes, 8 defences, 11 failed overtakes, no failed defences. So very, very good for Gasly. He does also pick up a point. We get 5.3 mil in terms of sponsor money. Very nice. Russell has a point as well, so let's go ahead and increase his cornering pace. And for Gasly, let's improve his smoothness. Just bump him up to 85. Yeah, I completely forgot all about Ollie, so he's missed out on a chunk of points, which would have been enough to give him another development point. But he's a very well-rounded driver. He's not really lacking in any one department, apart from maybe his smoothness. But everything else is really well balanced. He's in the 70s in every other category already. You know, very, very promising talent. Can't wait to get him in the car for real. Let's check our staff. Do we have any points from our staff? Yes, Simone Resta has a point. Let's see. I think... Let's see. What are we working on at the moment? We're working on a rear wing. What am I going to work on next? It's going to be either a front wing or an underfloor, I think. Where are we really lacking in the car? Might go cooling. Let's have a look. Oh, he doesn't have cooling. As cooling is a feature for the technical chief. Sorry, for the aero chief. Let's go. Let's go with an extra point on the underfloor. Tondi is still a few weeks away from another point. Looking absolutely mighty. Everything in the 90s. Josh is still a long way off another point, as is Pierre. Facilities. Do we have any upgrades that we can do? Yes, we can do our Team Hub refurb and our Race Sim refurb. There we go. Let's get those out of the way. We've got no money left, but we're not expecting any parts before the next Grand Prix, so that's fine. I don't need to make any spare parts. That's even better. Let's check the emails. Defending of Gasly needs to be improved. Are you kidding? 0 failed defenses. And just the usual waffle there. We've got feedback on Giampiero, who's at Mercedes. I was wondering why his shirt was white. He's very, very good. Hugh Bird is still at Red Bull, is definitely someone I would like to sign. And so is Ricciardo, a potential signing as well, who's also at Red Bull. That's a really good engineer pairing, Ricciardo and Hugh Bird. Mind you, Mercedes, you know, if they've still got Bono and GP, that is also a pretty mighty combo. Missing one other email. Bono. Oh, Bono's a Ferrari. I forgot about Bono. That Ferrari. Okay, well, we've got some scouts that we can assign now. So let's have a look. Adami is 50. I don't really want to sign anyone old, which is why I'm looking at Hugh Bird, because he's only 35. He's going to be an excellent shout. Chris Hayes. Yeah, I'm not going to sign Chris Hayes anymore. I'm just thinking, you know, when we move on Gasly, I'm going to move on Pierre with him. Maybe they'll end up at the same team. Maybe not. Right, what was I going to check as well? I was going to have a look and see who is head of aero at various different teams. So Balbo is still there. Murphy is at Ferrari. So who's at Red Bull? Oh, no, not Red Bull. So who's at Mercedes? Oh, Dick On. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, who's the technical chief at Mercedes? Is it still Mike Elliott? Yes, it is still Mike Elliott. Pierre is still there. Enrico is still there. So no real changes there. Alvaro Oliveras. Why can't I scout him? Oh, because I've already scouted him. That'll be why. He's got very, very good stats apart from side pods. Side pods are horrendous. But it's a good signing, though, for McLaren, because hopefully that'll help move them back up the grid. And T. Chuang at Aston Martin has certainly helped them, because they were really floundering. Have they replaced their aero guy yet? They have, yeah, they've got Juno there. And she's got some pretty naff stats at the top, but she's also got some pretty strong stats again. On balance, much better than who they had before. Right, I think we'll do a little bit more scouting over here. Just having a look, see if there's any regens or new gens that are worth looking at. It's only 27. But his stats are pretty poor. Denise, she's new. Let's take a look at Denise. She's a regen. Or a new gen. Matt Callahan. 61 years old. Oof. Doesn't look it. Clement. I think he's a regen. Or a new gen. But he's a long way off for someone who's already in his 30s. May, she's new. So let's take a look at May. I'm not necessarily looking at signing these. I'm curious as to what kind of stats the new gens are spawning in with. Oh, look at this, a 28-year-old with 68. Let's have a look at him. Is there anyone else who's young that's worth a look? No. Let's go back to Technical Chief. So, have we got any other new gens down here that's worth looking at? Wow, look at all these people above Jan Monchot. You've got to imagine that some of these, one of these people is going to get picked up, I would imagine, over Jan. Or Jan. What about Aero, guys? Have we got any new gens in here that we haven't already scouted? Herbert is not great. 71, 46 years old. No young superstars popping up there yet. Alright, I've got one scout left. Let's look at some drivers. Let's see. So Max, Leclerc, Sainz, and I think not Max, but certainly Leclerc, Sainz, and I think Perez are all out of contract at the end of this season, I believe. Not sure about Perez, but Sainz and Leclerc are both definitely out of contract. And Hamilton is waiting in the wings. Be interesting to see if he ends up at Ferrari next season. Gonna scout him. Who knows? Maybe I might bring Hamilton to Williams next season. Time will tell. Right, I think that's everything we can do and everything we need to do. So that is where we're going to end it for tonight. Another comfortable 1-2 in the end. We had to work for it in a couple of places, especially at the start. We had to work really hard to get past Bottas, but once we got ahead of him, we were able to kind of control the race a bit. Had a bit of fun swapping our drivers around, trying to figure out which was the best one to lead for periods, but we let them race at the end, and it was a thrilling little battle between the two. Russell almost got him on a couple of occasions in the dying laps, but the traffic certainly did not help him. Gasly refines his winning ways and picks up another win, so the battle for these two is starting to heat up a little bit, and I can't wait for the next Grand Prix, which will be on Friday. Fingers crossed, all things going to plan. Then we'll be back again tomorrow with some more Aston Martin. We just did Singapore, so I think we're off to Suzuka next. Yeah, Suzuka, which is going to be another great race. Until hopefully tomorrow, I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bob, and bye for now.